Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Yatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Tinam Sri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audarya Mahadurya Gunaya Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Sirasanamani Tridandi Nam Bhakta Shiromani Sri Krishna Pada Devadaika Chaitanya Leela Narayana Satatam Prapadhe. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gadadara Srivasadi Sri Gaura Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Let me offer my million salutations for the sake of Gurudeva. Upon your Guru Varga, Nama Krishna Santana Prabhupada, Dandavat, all present, past, future, all Vaishnava, Tava, Dandavat, Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya krupatindrubhyasya patitana pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Today, 14 January, right? Tomorrow is Makar Sankranti, Ganga Sagar Snan, Surya Dakshinayan Samapt. Then Uttarayana Aramba, Ochanda Thakur, Baba. So, now today, in India, today and tomorrow, a lot of celebrations. The very jubilant because it's like harvest season has finished and they are being harvested. When the farmers before India like Vrindavan, right? Farming community. In Vrindavan, of course, cow, taking care of cows. So it is the center of their life. So for farmers, it is the crops, harvesting, and also they worship cows. Today they decorate cows and they, especially in South India, they sing, their horns. They decorate very nice. Especially South India, they have big horn, not like this. I don't know you've seen it or not. Huge one. They are very friendly cows, bulls also. They, of course, they may look like a little thing, but cows, one thing is, you should not afraid of any animal. Of course, calling cows as an animal is a offense. It's actually non-different from Krishna. Really, is spiritual. The cow's body is spiritual. This is the problem. Right in front of us, there are so many spiritual things in this world, and we do not recognize it. It seems like it is an ordinary thing. Tulsi, for example, it is spiritual. Mahaprasad, of course, Nam is spiritual, but we are thinking it's an ordinary sound. So Ganga, our Guru Paramparas are all spiritual. They are not material. If they were material, they cannot do the thing they have done it. Same thing with the cow, the cow dung, for example. Cow dung, is considered as like it is like a stool of cow. I'm sorry for the language. Right? It's an animal stool, like veterinary doctors think like that. Hey, it is a stool of shit of cows. They do use bad words. But actually, like if you come to bank, I can show you. It is trans. I was just showing people. There was some guests here. Even a tiny bit of cow dung gives you protection from radiation. 4G, 5G, whatever, 6G, whatever is going to come. If they come, we may not be there to. That's a different question. I think. So, but cow dung, whoever having the cow dung, they will be taken care of immediately. So it is transcendental spiritual. So, and Sanatana Goswami says, Lord has sent cows, the Tulsi, holy name, all this to protect his creation. See, we are expert in poisoning the earth, environment, water, is it not? Now, is there any technology to actually bring it back to the health? Where is it? People, different countries putting artificial thing. Oh, you should not use this much. You should not burn so much carbon, petrol and all that, coal. But cow dung is, it can burn it, but it produces oxygen. The other thing, burning consumes oxygen, produces carbon dioxide. Cow dung is opposite, produces oxygen. Why? Can you imagine? So if you inquire into it, the nature, then it reveals something very special, something extraordinary. And that is the pointer. Hey, look, this is not really something ordinary, something extraordinary. So we can put earth so much chemicals, fertilizer, or you take antibiotics, so much antibiotics, then steroid, then what? After steroid, what do we have? Nothing. Only burial place, smashan, you'll become a number. Even in that worst case, you start taking cow urine, things made out of cow, five panchamruta, we say. Cow urine, the juice from the cow dung, then milk, yogurt, and the ghee. These five things mixed. Even like in cure any stage of cancer, anything will get cured. So it has been practiced here. Okay, we are also practiced. They have shown, demonstrated. Well known. So it is not something like grandma's story are like that. So the cow, you Agnihotra, for example, Germany scientists. Okay, NASA people are using it, but they don't tell. So South America countries are using, benefiting it. There is something amazing. So the environment can be cured, our diseases, so many things. So right in front of us, there is transcendental thing. But how we can recognize, see, this is a thing, right? So through only Shastra, revealed scripture. Because if you touch any dung of any animal, like a dog or a cat, we consider it impure. Our own dung is impure. But what about cow? How does the Shastra says? This is an exception. So that's why Shastra reveals the reality, not our own things, our own research and all that, But we can use our research to justify or to quantify or to make prove what the Shastra is saying. That is different. Then it is acceptable. So that's why our saintly people have all come and declared these things to us. Other day, we were telling one point about the Guru issue, right? So that's where we left off. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Is telling what does Chaitya Guru does. Chaitya Guru kya karte hai. Now Chaitya Guru, right? We have Vartamana, Vartama Guru, Pradarshaka Guru. Then Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, then Chaitya Guru. You heard this, right? Then of course, our Paratpara Guru, I like that, Guru Sahib. Param Gurudev, Gurudev, Param Gurudev, like that. Now, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying, in every separate jiva, heart, in the heart of every living entity, Lord, He is staying in the form of Chaitya Guru, in the heart of every living entity, Antaryami. Then He will engage those people in the proper or improper activities. Then you might as a prayojaka karta. See, there's two kind of reasons, right? Remember we were telling. One is a Upadana Karana, Nimitta Karana, So, like pot maker, you remember? Pot maker is there, and then to make pot, all the other ingredients, mud, instrument, water, both should be there to make it pot, right? So, same way here is a prayojaka karta, meaning if the jiva wants to do something bad, unless Lord allows him to do, he will not be able to do. But then we should not claim, hey, look, what I did bad thing is not due to me. You understand? This we discussed, your desire, you have that minute independence, either you use it to serve the Lord or not serve the Lord. Become devotee, non-devotee, then that's it. So, but still, it's like a company manufactured the knife. You can use it for proper purpose or improper purpose. We become responsible. You made it available. But if you use it for proper, okay. If improper, then how we can blame that company? You know, in that way, we have to ban all the items in the whole world, right? Is it not? So you know, so the responsibility is there on individual. Huh? Uh, we have to. So same way with the law. So prayojaka karta. Huh? Then the Chaitya Guru gives the instruction to this Mahanta Guru. Huh? Mahanta Guru can be Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, or Vartama Pradakshaka Guru. So he gives them instruction, prerana to all the three. Then the servant of Mahanta Guru act like Sampradaya Vartama Pradakshaka Guru. He will do the work of that. I will show you the detail. So the one who understands the Shastra or the studying Shastra, or one who giving commentary or describing or glorifying Shastra, or giving Harikatha and Shastra, or one who following what the Shastra is dictating and then putting into practice. That person, then that person can bring the consciousness, uncontrolled, contaminated conscious people. You can make it meaning not chanchal, meaning very stable, stable consciousness. You can make it strong. So that kind of Shiksha Guru who can give transcendental knowledge. He will help you before you obtaining the Diksha Guru. That's why he does the work of the Pata Pradashaka Guru, meaning who is showing the path. See, before we made our Gurudev, somebody actually showed us, hey, look, here it is, our Gurudev, personality, like that, glorifying him and introducing us like that. So without the mercy of Chaitya Guru, so we cannot obtain the mercy or the lotus feet of the Vartma Pradakshaka Guru or Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru. We cannot. So only when we obtain the mercy of Krishna, through it may be Sukruti, Bhakti related, Sukruti. Then when we obtain it, we will obtain, you will make arrangement. Now, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling, as long as in the jivas, the living entity's heart, there is a desire for the artha, dharma, kama, moksha, meaning this mundane religiosity, then this economic development and all that, or liberation, or fulfilling senses, sensitive thing. If we have these four desire, if it is strong, then we cannot become prayers for bhakti. We cannot do prayer. We cannot wish for bhakti. So only when these four things is gone, completely absent, then that's why the Atato Brahma Jignasa, what is that? Once when we meet the Guru or Pratap Pravartak, Guru, we understand this Kamya, this mundane material Kamya karma, it is temporary and it is going to be destroyed. It's not going to give us auspiciousness, eternal auspiciousness. Then only we can understand bhakti. So same way, when by becoming very fortune, right? When we build up our fortune, bhakti related things, right? Doing service to Vaishnava or Tulsi, all this. Even in your mind, if you think of Vrindavan, Navadvip, okay, yeah, making progress, accumulating bhakti. So that way we obtain taking shelter of devotees, take shelter of Lord. Then when we desire like that, then Chaitya Guru makes arrangement. Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru. Then he increases our faith in them. See, the Chaitya Guru increases our faith in them. He is making arrangement. So he makes like this. Then only by the mercy of Chaitya Guru, the Mahanta Guru, like Diksha Guru, is selected or made arrangement for them. Chaitya Guru himself does this. So there are two kinds of krupa. There are two kinds of mercy by the Chaitya Guru. So by the two mercy, we can become servant of the adokshaja, meaning beyond the senses, Lord, or adhyakshika, in this mundane world. So that's also his mercy, either both. Suppose one is immersed in this mundane world, inert world, one who has decided that fulfilling my senses is my goal of life, or that's my, then that becomes Anya Vilashi. He is having those desires. So what happens is, instead of he becomes a passenger on the path of auspiciousness, he'll become a passenger in the path of Sukha Prada Praya, meaning what seems like very sweet and path. we can give sweetness only for a momentary sweetness, momentary joy. No? You become a path, walking in that. So that is what the kapata krupa, meaning mercy, the Chaitya Guru's mercy is not inauspicious mercy of Chaitya Guru. If one thinks that this is my goal of life, fulfilling my senses, always looking for momentary pleasure, then he will give us mercy, which is duplicitous mercy. So, but for a person, nishkapata, without duplicity, if we are desiring bhakti without duplicity, such a good people, then they will obtain the pure krupa, auspicious krupa, mercy of Chaitya Guru, and they become very, glorious. Suppose one who desires not serving the Lord, other things, whole world, then he is duplicitous. Other than duplicitous, what else it can be? This is question. Now, Shiksha Guru, or Diksha Guru, they will give real knowledge. But it's going and coming. It's okay. So, Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru, in reality, they will give the knowledge to the surrendered disciple, devotee. So, that's why even though there are so many Shiksha Gurus, the Advaya Jnana Data, the one who gives you Advaya Jnana, that Diksha Guru, with them there is no bed, there is no difference. So they are their relatives. Diksha Guru, the Shiksha Gurus are relatives to Diksha Guru. Then when the Divya Jnana, the transcendental knowledge appears, when we obtain the Swarupa of Jiva, so Shiksha Guru will give you the instruction on the service to the Lord. So that instructors, that kind of instructors is what is called Shiksha Guru Varga. Battalion of giving instructions, Guru's instruction. So such a battalion, the forefront of that battalion is what called Vartma Pradashaka Guru, or previous to the Shiksha Guru. So in between Diksha Data. So in the middle says Diksha Guru, Mahanta Guru. So Bhagavan Lord in the form of Chaitya Guru, one who gives is pure, without duplicitous mercy, only that person, so he will obtain, becomes fortunate to obtain service to the Sadguru, Mahant Guru. Mm. That's why, by the mercy of the Lord, the living entity obtains the darshan of Mahabhagavat. Then he becomes very fortunate. So this is what it is. If you have any questions, we can discuss on this later. Like today or day before, Lochandas Thakur, Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj disappeared, and Jayadev Goswami, these are all our Shiksha Gurus, right? Swami Maharaj, so we obtain so much instructions. And they are there in our Sri Guru also. So on the background. See, that's right. So when we are reading, this is my, I'm sharing my realization. That's what I'm saying. Okay. See, when we read, for example, Jiva Goswami or Rupa Goswami or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we pray to Bhaktivinoda Thakur and then the Jaivadharma itself, and then to our Gurudev, because he is the media, right? The media, and then he is revealing. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is making access, is connecting us to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and then Bhaktivinoda Thakur connecting to Jaivadharma. You understand what I'm saying? So, and our Guru. So, proper. That way, praying, then we get the potency. So, but he is the media. So that's why when we offer to the Guru Puja, we are offering to Guru, everybody, and Guru Parampara is included. Then we also offer to the puja to other or Guru Parampara. Again, we come back to him like a circle. And in each of them, we should able to see all the other Gurus. Their Guru, and our Guru is also there. So that way, we will be able to perceive our Guru in everywhere, in everyone. And so that way, we will not be disconnected with the Guru. Swami Maharaj also used to say, Gaudwan Maharaj, they have said, I'm talking to my Swami Maharaj. If you say it's not there, it hurts me. He used to say like that. So they used to feel his presence everywhere. So that way, the Sat Shishya is never separated from Sadguru. He's our life force. How we can. So through that, of course, Bhagavan. Bhagavan is very dear to them. They are very dear to Bhagavan. Sakshat Aritvena Bhagavan. They are very dear to the Lord. So And Lord is also is always with the bhaktas. So no difference in that sense. So that way we have to reconcile. Then things become clear. See, the Western world, I was thinking, Vedanta Sutra, I'm sharing, few my things. See, the fundamental problem is, this is what it is. Okay? See, the world is there, Supreme Lord is there, and the Jiva is there. Now, you have to explain these three things. How related and all. This is what, this is the investigation. The Vedic investigation is also same thing. And also modern science is also same thing, is it not? They are trying to find a creator, is it not? Of course, they are trying to find, on the other hand, they are denying it. They duplicitous. See, they are not, sincere or honest. This is a problem. Even though they find evidence, they want to discard evidence, accept only those which will suit their mission. This is, see, that is duplicitous. But in reality, if one is really sincere, that's the difference. But in any case, we understand what is our, this question comes, Lord as a form or not, right? What we're discussing. This is very crucial. We understand if we deny the form to the Lord, then how we will have the form? If we deny femininity in the Lord, then how we will respect femininity in the external world? Understand? Unless we see, respect femininity in the Lord, right? And we accept that we are also feminine in nature, we will, if we don't accept, then we start exploiting. And, this is what is happening. So, that's why our worship is Radha Krishna, Sita Ram, Lakshmi Narayan, Lakshmi Narsimhare. First is feminine. They are related, feminine. So, anyway, even in science also there is things, maybe next time we can go. Masculine, feminine, the elements are there. So, only thing they have discarded. But coming back to the forum, Lord at the forum is not material form, okay? It's transcendental form, right? So why in the beginning some people denied the forum for him? Because if the forum is there, then how he'll be everywhere? This is their logical thing, mundane logic thing. If he has a forum, how he'll be all pervading? No. That's why he is formless. And formless maybe is everywhere. This is the now. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he made it very scientific that yes, is a spiritual form. Okay, he has a not a material form like that. Now, the simultaneous, like is the bigger than the biggest, smaller than the smallest. We talked about, right? Amazing. Yes, he's bigger than the biggest. Smaller, that is also amazing. But is both same time. Same way is formless, form, same time. Now, how do we understand, scientifically, I'm not saying, I'm not justifying what the science is saying, but, in science also we have the same problem. Suppose you take the air, we breathe in, right? We cannot deny air because everybody subsists on air, breathing air. Right? You are breathing air. Now, air is visible to us. Can I see with my eyes? No. So I cannot deny air. You can say, oh, I cannot see, so it is not there. But you take microscope or electron microscope, whatever, right? They say, oh yes, the molecules are there, it has a form, right? Ultimately, they have forms. Huh? If they don't have form, how microscope or any microscope can see? In the water, you put it there, you see bacteria. Bacteria is not visible to our eyes, but through microscope is visible. So that way, even though they are not invisible, even though we do not perceive their form in our eyes, still it has the form. This, I mean, everybody accepts it, right? So that means what? It has a form and also no form. Don't you think we can say that? Because form through microscope, formless through our naked eye. We are accepting this, right? So why don't you go one more step? Spiritual thing also. Why don't we accept, right now, I do not have proper equipment. I'm not equipped with proper instrument or behavior, whatever, to look at the spiritual side, right? So, and then, then how to get that proper spiritual equipment, like a spiritual microscope, for example, right? Spiritual telescope or whatever. You understand? So that also takes qualification. If you want to be a microbiologist, right? You have to pass degree, doctorate, like that. Same thing in the spiritual life too. If you want to equip with spiritual equipment, we have to qualify. Qualify means what? We have to regulate our principles, four regulative principles, right? You come under there, under the guide of a teacher, is it not? Teacher, guide, huh? Right? Teachers, mundane world. Same way, don't you think we should also come under some, some discipline? What is wrong with that? You see what I'm saying? So, and this process is complete. Whereas that process is going up and down, right? It is like going our own, going up and down. Whereas that is different descending process, So much more complete, much more satisfying, you know. So it takes discipline following a cause. Why you have to do, same way, like the dress code. In other words, he can very convincingly he can justify the spiritual process, which is more beneficial. Doesn't cost you much. So, and ultimately, it gives the ultimate reality. Ultimate reality. So this is how I felt I should, you know, uh, harmonize, present it. That way they will benefit, or actually it should become, one day I hope, I'm praying, one day it becomes a curriculum of all universities and all that, soon I think, because there's so much. Actually, the one and only way the whole world can benefit, can progress, be in peace and prosperity, harmony, brotherhood, or whatever they are saying is possible only in the spiritual domain, not in the material. There's always exploitation, and uh, trust. See, trust uh, is when we encompass. See, one of our Vaishnava Acharya, long time, actually not long time, maybe 100 years or 50 years. I had that document, but I missed it. Maybe he wrote one article, fatherhood of God, brotherhood of mankind. Krishna is the father, and brotherhood, automatically. So he was trying to show, actually Krishna, is there, in all traditions and all that. It is just to be revealed. Anyway, it's up to the Chaitya Guru, up to. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and he declared, whole world, day will come soon. Whole world will come and chant, every nook and corner of the whole world. Nagaradi Grama, Sarvatra, Rama, everybody is saying. So that is bound to happen. Prediction has to come to truth. So and to do that, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they dedicated their entire life. And our Param, Gurudev also, Param Gurudev, Swami Maharaj, there's so much pride. So we should assist in that process, So I think we started somewhere and we went somewhere else. So now the Makara Sankranti today is like is when the daytime and the night time is equal, 12 hours, something like that, is what this day is. In one sense. Now we talked about a little bit. Now 365.2.4 days in the year, but you cannot have a quarter day, right? You understand? So there are two ways of, in Vedic science. What they did was every 3.5 years they put one extra month. So that took care of synchronizing the mode. 365 Adhika Mas. Now in the Western calendar, what they did was they found leap year. Why leap year? Because he made one day, right? 365 into 0.2.4. Like almost quarter, right? 2.4 is 2.25, right? Multiply 4 becomes 1. So 366 days. So it becomes, you have to gain 1 day 4 years. You get it? So that's why the leap year. So they adjust 1 day within 4 years with February 28, 29, then 30, 31, da, 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 like that, So, uh, so they make up, like that, which is not smooth, you know. But in any case, today is like that, and the celebration, all people celebrate it, and the sun starts going in a northern direction, which is considered as auspicious, more auspicious, in a mundane way, you know. But what is auspiciousness? Real auspiciousness is if you remember the Lord. Remember the Lord, that is auspicious. Forget the Lord, even if it is northern Uttarayana, is inauspicious. Okay. So, for a devotee, everything is auspicious. So this is the thing, Because why? We see connection with the Lord, coming from the Lord. It is His mercy. His mercy can be always auspicious. It cannot be inauspicious. This is the bottom line. His mercy, Lord is. We sing it, right? Madhura, Madhura. Madhuradhipater Akilam Madhura. Gava Madhura. Gopa Madhura. Everything connected with Krishna is sweet, sweet. His chastisement is sweet. His killing is sweet. His deliverance is sweet. Whatever it is. You cannot do. So, and if you accept, so is mercy. Now, on the other hand, you see the another question people ask. Suppose if the Lord has qualities, extreme qualities, right? Which is impossible in the material world. Don't think it becomes crazy to ascribe him to like that. He is same time smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. He is everywhere, and also he is also in a DT form. Right? Now DT as a form limited in one place, space time, right? But how can you say he is everywhere? See, that means he has a achintya shakti. His shakti, he has endowed with achintya shakti beyond our senses, which makes it possible, impossible, possible. It's like yesterday I was telling the sakas are taking prasadam, right? And sitting in front of Krishna in the forest, right? So many sakas. And there is only one Krishna there. But everybody feels that Krishna is in front of me sitting and is accepting my thing. I'm putting in my mother, whatever prepared, into his mouth. Oh, Krishna, look how sweet it is. Wow, wow. Look, he's putting in his mouth and then putting in his mouth. He's feeling it taste. If it is so taste, I should immediately offer it to the Krishna. This is the mentality. And Krishna is also willing to accept. Oh yeah, yes, very good. Very good. I'll go rest your mother. And also he's also giving. See, look at my Yashoda Maya. Look what Radharani has prepared it. Oh, Radharani, wow, So everybody feels. So they have actually forgotten anything. Only with Krishna. So this is his thing. How he does, because the love, that bhakti makes it possible. Lord is, the highest is highest lila is the, this gopi, dancing with gopis, right? This two gopis in between, and then between two gopies. But that was the desire of Radharani. I want to see dancing with everybody. Then, of course, each gopi thought Krishna is dancing with her. Even though right next. See how much. And he's also doing, his same Krishna, how he is managing with dancing with everybody. And the same movement, different movement with different one. But can you, that's why he does not, he does not know himself how it is happening. So when Rupa and Sanatan describe all this, then they are even Radharani does not know. They want to curiously hear what was going on during that. So, so this is, this is an amazing. It is not something, again, mental concoction or like that. I don't think anybody can claim like that, because in the even in mundane world we can give so many examples like this, so which the mundane scientific argument cannot explain, but it cannot deny it. I can give you so many examples. How does, like, this he can give it to anybody. I think I've told you this, but anyway I'll repeat it. If you say like ಹೌದಾ
ಮನೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ತಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಅಂತ.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಸ್ವೆಟರ್ ಇದು ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಸಲ್ಲಿ
ಡ್ರೆಸ್ is making for the duty. Cold,
ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಸಲ್ಲಿ
top woolen, ಹೌದಾ?
ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ.
This is nothing of dress.
ಅದನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಿ. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ತೋರಿಸಿ.
ಈಗ ಓಕೆ. ಹೌದಾ? We have a transcendental Tyler here. She does not take any measurement. She knows exactly how much. It's amazing. This itself we can see how amazing. Now she also gets there. Now why she is making this woolen thing is, she got a call one day, call meaning some dream or that Radharani is feeling cold. Then she made an insistence that no, you must have this woolen thing. So we went and sent one devotee to Vrindavan to buy the woolen, what do you call that, thread, right? Big thread, 4-5 kg. And then she doing these dresses. So the example I was giving, like houses, right? You will not find two houses having the same address anywhere in the world. Complete address. What I'm saying is, suppose if you have a number 50 Number 50 will be there so many places, but that is not complete address. Number 50, house number, street or road number, then city, subsection of a city, state, and then country, right? That constitute the whole address. So that means each house will have each unique address. Otherwise, what happens? Postman, how he will deliver? If he has two same address, then he will get confused. Then that leads to, if postman gets confused, then it leads to more confusion in future, right? Suppose he puts it, get confused, wait a minute, who cares? I will put it here. Then he writes it, then he get the reply, the another postman puts it in another address. There is more confusion. Yes. So that's why we don't. So same way in an atom, using their own logic, atom, anu, no two electrons having same quantum state within an atom. In other words, they say that no two electrons will occupy same energy level. Huh? All right, that's why it is stable. All right, we accept it. That's how they build up the periodical table. So many things. Now, what about our question? Suppose we infer that no two houses in this whole world have the same address. It is the inference. Now, what about the enforcement? Who is enforcing it? Is it an individual itself, or some state agency or whatever? Must be there, isn't it? So it has to be documented. It has to be registered. So enforcement is there. Same way, if you accept same thing, and who is enforcing in the atom? Now that enforcement agency, how big it must be, or how is jurisdiction, right? Within an atom meaning, wow, can you imagine? And what about all the atoms in the whole world? What about time? You think only morning, evening, afternoon? No. All the time, all places. You get the point? Sarvatra sarvada. That means there must be an agency who must be there all the places, all the time. Within the, to make sure the electrons will not go all crazy different, in all the atoms, same time, same, all the places. What is that agency? So this is the question they will not answer. This is the question they will not raise it. Why raise it? Because they have no solution. Maybe that is, but this is the thing, connection. That, so must be there. Now I will take you another example. The consumption happens, right? So on the 20th day, fifth stage or something like that, right? In the early stage of the fetus, right? There's so much. I mean, I will tell you so many amazing things there, and they take it for granted. Now, my particular question is this: the baby mother's womb, right? At that time, at that stage, it's only 5 millimeter. Okay, tiny 5 millimeter. You understand? Not even 10 millimeter is 1 centimeter, right? 5 millimeter. You understand? Huh? That in that, it starts its building the brain, and it has to build within certain amount of time, right? And how many neurons are there in the brain? 100 trillion or something like that, huge number, some 30, 40 trillion at least. So you divide so many trillions within, say 7, 8 months, 7 months, a couple of months, 6 months like that, when the brain is completely. Per second, per minute, how many neurons? It almost comes to 250,000 neurons per minute. You understand? 250 neurons per minute? No, 250,000 neurons per minute. And how much space? 5 millimeters. And don't you think there must be direction to it? And who is giving the direction? You think his mother is giving the direction? Oh, a little bit this way, that way. She is not aware of it. She's essential. She is sending the nutrients, right, to the umbilical cord. Nutrients is coming from the mother side. And the intelligence to build it, the fetus doesn't have its own intelligence. And where is this intelligence is coming from? Don't you think there must be intelligence to build one's own brain? So complex, so many neurons, pathway, this way, little bit disconnection, it becomes crazy. Understand? So what is that guiding? See, of course, the past life and all that. See, past life also guides. That's why people become crazy or whatever is because of, Lord, remember, there are two reasons. Huh? So one reason, this ingredients is there, and then the building. And it builds according to the karma also. So if the parents have, devotees and then chanting and all that, then whatever the jiva's caste will be deleted and becomes a good, properly built, right? So now the question is, okay, you can bring this question. Now suppose there is in the conception, right? Mother side, egg and a sperm from the father, right? Now what happens is usually one jiva takes birth. Right? Many times there will be what you call twins. Remember twins, different kind of twins, male, female, da da da. But there is only one called identical twins. In that case, the genetic material is same genetic material. One egg, one sperm, and by chance it becomes two. Why? No answer for that. Okay. Now, all right, genetic material is same. So if the building material is same, then everything else will be identical, is it not? Should be identical, including their fingerprint, is it not? DNA. Is it true or not? They were thinking it must be same, but recent research, recent meaning even 10, 20 years ago, they find it is not. So then how do you explain this? Oh no, this one baby was pressed like this, the other baby was maybe little. So you think that will explain this genetic, DNA difference, which is so basic according to them. See, this is where the science fails, because they do not take adokshaja into account. One is beyond sensor, one is controlling all this. They don't accept mind. That is different. So it's if you take examples like this, If say in science, one example is enough to, contrary example, even one is enough to throw the theory out. Understand? You can, this is what it is. You explain me. So, personality, different software coming in, they don't accept. Mind they are not accepting, then what to speak of? That's why this is the gateway to, you know, uh, start explaining or increasing our own faith. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the faith that yes, only Shastra can tell it. There is Upanishad. Maybe next time Upanishad is Garbhodaka Upanishad. What is happening for the baby inside the mother's womb. It can tell you much more description than when we try to understand by dissection, like that. So we can actually enumerate so many examples, so many. Can you now right now in America everywhere snow time, right? You cannot find two identical snow. Can you believe this? You can check it out. There are no two identical snowflakes. What does it mean? No identical leaves in the whole world. So, no identical trees. How? हाँ? ये चाहिए, ये इधर ही लेके जाइए, बड़ा बाटल है। हाँ, कुछ भी। So this is what our acharyas telling, they are telling Madhvacharya, for example, our root, the difference between living entity and living entity. There is a difference between one inert object and another inert object. Difference between inert object and a living entity. Difference between Supreme Lord and living entity. And Supreme Lord and the inert. Like this, 5 Nitya Veda, eternal differences. And there is also within to the Lord, there is no Swagatiya, Swajatiya, Vijatiya Veda. Looking from the angle of Lord, Supreme Lord. There is no difference between his limbs, right? His eyes or ear, because all the function of eye is done by the ear, function of ear is done by the eye. So he can walk, he can Angani yasya sakala indriya vritti manti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiranjani ananda chinmaya sadhujvala vigrahasya govindam adi purusham tamaham. Go down to that Adi, Supreme Lord, eternal, Govinda. Indriya, functions. It does every. So that itself will tell you. See, that means he must be everywhere. If one Indriya does everything, he is everywhere. Like example is, if you look at sun, our own understanding, the experience. You look at the sun, how many people are there? No matter how many people, then You think they can look at the sun same time? Looks like sun is shining only on us, right? you know, we're connected with sun, sunlight. You know, of course, this is possible because it's far away, and we can give that example. But Supreme Lord, He can be, can He not do that? You know, when we have this experience, you know. So, like that limited, of course, any explanation from this limited world is incomplete. It will not completely explain the transcendental world. Okay, you understand? But it's a relative. We get a glimpse. Yes, that is possible. It gives an assurance. If you properly adjusted, in other words, if we have a faith, finally we should have that faith. But of course, it's not a blind faith. Huh? Acharyas and then our own inner feeling. Huh? This inner feeling we cannot, give sometimes any explanation. It gives because the Chaitya Guru again, Chaitya Guru giving that. Huh? Like that, so many examples we can give. Actually, you can once you start saying this, you know, you'll find it. You know, uh, so many of them all around. Once you start saying it, you see, you know, like you plant. People have done this. Two beans, you know, the two pot, and they are growing. You know, you can put a slow camera. You know, and then you put one in the center. See, there's two beans growing, right? And then in the center there is a support stick. So the beans like it needs some support. It is not to grow. So they are growing like this, each one. They know there is a uh, sorry, mic was off. So both are growing like this. They know this is the center. Hole is there. Uh, see, the center is like this, right? Hole. And the beans is here, and it points like this somehow in the beginning itself. Then they are going like this, going like this. Both are going also going like this, like this. And then one is trying to catch this, like this. It has a thing, huh? Trying to catch it. This is also throwing, they are trying. They both are making attempts. See, when you see in a slow camera, you see it, gradually. And then, doing like this. When one catches, he can, as soon as it catches, the other one will not try. It will not go over it. It will go like this, go like this. Huh? It will go all down. And this goes on growing, 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 growing. This is experimental thing. Now you can question many questions on this. How does the being know? First of all, it is in the center, the pole, not anywhere else. Does it have the vision, eye? Okay. And then when it is catching, the other one immediately came to know the other one has got it. So I don't want to disturb. How did it know? Is there any communication? Hey, I got it. Brother, don't bother me. Don't disturb me. Is it communicating like that? Or a sister? See? And so the plants, they thought it has now there's called the plant. Does it have neurons? Brain? Actually, look at visual, you know. But now there is a new department has opened, plant neurobiology. Check it out. Now, what is the neuron they're talking about? You know, so they're slowly, opening their, So, of course, the Paramatma giving the direction, you know, existence of Paramatma. We have to. There is no question about it. Because they are surrendered. See, the plants, the animals are surrendered souls. Shastra, according to Shastra, according to our Guru Parampara, learning. The Shastra is telling animals, they are surrendered souls. And they are burning their sin gradually, gradually. And the Devatas, they are burning their punya, their good deeds. And 90% is over, they come to this again, this material world as a humans, and humans have this, good deed and bad deed, papa and punya, is the only one. And again, he goes down or up like that. So only through bhakti, otherwise all our endeavors in this world is all, whether it is karma, jnana, yoga, is uh, is all, waste of time. Okay, we have wasted so many humans' life. So our acharyas, by the mercy of Chaitya Guru, so we become auspicious and then gives us direction. So, and you can see, you take for example, I think I've given an example. Oh, time is up. And I'll give you this example and then we, I cannot help, Now, in the Amazon River, right? You will find in this, actually, Google some videos. Amazon River is going there, and the ants are coming to cross the river. Huh? I mean, the ants are trying. See, imagine, or even otherwise. See, there's a door, right? Continuous door, right? Two door, right? In the center, there's a right. They come together, you can lock it up, right? Two, right? Two, you can lock it up. I cannot show by my finger. Get it? So you keep the door a little bit like this. Sometimes the ants are going on the door. Then put little bit gap there. What happens? Immediately now, it doesn't take much time. That last ant on this and then on this side, get it? Both come and they make like a bridge, right? And the other one will come make a stronger bridge, and the remaining will go on that as if the door is complete. It's continuous mode like this. You can see this. You can see video or you can experience that. Now the question is, now how did they decide? Hey, I should become a bridge. Hey, no, why you become a bridge? I will go over you. No discussion, no meeting. Understand? Immediately, and then continuously goes on. Now take another thing. Actually, water crossing the water. Millions of ants. One goes into water, makes a chain, makes a build a nice circular thing, and then they load all their luggage, screens, everything, and taga, they leave and then go. Water waves are coming like this, and still it is intact because it is circular shape, it's stable. And then they cross the, moving water, very harsh condition. Even the boats may be going, even then it doesn't make it disturbance. And they cross over and they do the opposite thing, unentangle. They got entangled together and now unentangled and then like that. So where is the intelligence come from? You think it is the intelligence of all the total ants together? Is it sufficient? No. Something external must be there. Even if it is all together, you think there will be unity. If you vote, it's unthinkable. What is their language? Communication. So there is Paramatma there. He is instructing everybody and they are surrendered. And they are giving prana to each one. He is watching. Otherwise, how do the ants know it has to be circular? You think they've gone to the engineering college to study? Oh no, circular is the best thing. So many questions. No answer. Only spiritual level. That's why you cannot solve material problems on the platform of material things. It's spiritual. So that's why we have to be in the Shreya path, not a Priya path. So I think my time is up already. Anyway, we started somewhere, and today is the so many things. We pray. And you notice Lochan, and the other day we talked about Jaidev Goswami. Great stalwarts, we indebted for their preaching, their faith, their Leela that Lord played with them, so wonderfully, He disguised as, he came one time disguised as Jaidev Goswami. Wife could not understand. She was thinking it was Jaidev. But Lord himself came and wrote. And then when real Jaidev came back and he understood, he said, oh, how fortunate you are. You took the darshan of the Lord. What? So, he's so sweet, it is not that we have to wait for the spiritual world. We can find him. He's everywhere, He is hungry for the bhakti, our attention, We are giving attention to so many unwanted things, which is draining our strength, making us weak, unhappy. Understand? So when we give proper attention to him, we will be pleased, we will be happy, we will be contented, and so make our life successful and others' life successful. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Dandavat pranam, dandavat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.